We're underway in Joliet here. St. Francis against Cardinal Stritch in tonight's soccer matchup. As the ball is sent into the box and the offsides flag goes up against Cardinal Stritch, we have no score, and we're about 4.5 minutes into today's action. Apologies for the technical problems we're having here. Hopefully we're on the air to stay here. Terry Bonadonna with you from Joliet as St. Francis tries to improve on their one victory so far this season. They come in with a record of 1-7-1, 0-3 in conference play. Cardinal Stritch 7-2. They've won 3 of 4 conference games that they've played this year. This is St. Francis in white and gold going from right to left here in the first half. Cardinal Stritch takes over on possession. They're back in the defensive third of the field. And this is Danielle Bruction carrying it to the left side and chipping it down across midfield. Looking for the attack. It is halted for the moment by Brittany Cook of St. Francis. Just under 40 minutes to play in the first half as the ball is knocked out of bounds and thrown back in by Cardinal Stritch. The Wolves on the attack here once again, and again it's knocked out of bounds, and the Wolves will get another throw in. Not a lot of action early on in this game as neither goalkeeper has yet been tested. It's Yadira Estrada in net for St. Francis today. Estrada is getting her 3rd start of the season, but she has appeared in 5 games, including tonight. She's allowed 4.01 goals per contest, 21 saves so far on the season, about 64% save percentage. Her record is 0-2 in the games in which she has started this year, trying to improve that to 1-2 with a victory today. And again, she hasn't really been tested so far in this one, as St. Francis's defense is held pretty strong. Now their offense tries to make a move. Kelly Petrowski up on the front end with with Olivia De La Rosa. But Cardinal Stritch's defense able to hold strong on that one. Knocked back by Haley Wenberg of St. Francis. Carolina Branas is trying to take control for Cardinal Stritch. It's knocked back towards the attacking third of the field by St. Francis, but down in the corner, there's nobody there in gold, and it's cleared by the Wolves. Stepping up is Casey Harris. Harris knocks it out of bounds along the sideline. That's a throw-in for Cardinal Stritch. The Cardinal Stritch goalkeeper tonight is Marina Johnstone. Like Estrada, she is not the primary goalkeeper, or at least hasn't been to this stage of the season. She is making her 3rd start and appearing in her 5th game of the year. She has a record of 2 wins and no losses in her 2 starts this year as Wenberg knocks it ahead to Olivia De La Rosa. De La Rosa looking for the cross, but nobody there for St. Francis, and easily secured by Cardinal Stritch. Johnstone this season has a 0.41 goals allowed average. Very impressive mark for her, though she hasn't been challenged all that much. She has only been forced to make 9 saves so far this season. So she's been good, but hasn't really been challenged much. Saints will try to give her a good test this evening. They lose possession here, though, as Wenberg knocks it right into the waiting foot of Caitlin Hawley. Hawley knocks it down the field somewhat into the box, and nobody there on the attack. So easily scooped up by Yadira Estrada, the freshman, who again is making her 3rd collegiate start today. 37 minutes, 20 seconds remain in the first half as that ball is punted out to midfield. Knocked back by Cardinal Stritch, and then off the head of Madison Hanyon of St. Francis. Cardinal Stritch takes possession at midfield. Pushing it ahead, it's Brittany Cook sticking her right foot in front of that ball and knocking it towards the sideline and out of bounds. Cardinal Stritch gets the throw in from just beyond midfield. Actually, sorry, a free kick here for the Wolves, and it's booted by Jacqueline Wilhelm, who plays it short and over the middle. Branas knocks it forward and gets it through into the box. Estrada steps up, can't make the stop as that one is put into the back of the net. A goal for Cardinal Stritch, and it belongs to the sophomore, Marisol Kronka. With 36 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the first half, Cardinal Stritch strikes first.
Cardinal Stritch goal number 13, Marisol Kronka.
So 1-0, the Wolves take the lead here early in the first half. Nearly 9 minutes into the action. Good ball sent through to Kronka, who's able to knock it past Estrada. Estrada stepped up out of the goal, trying to make a preemptive stop before the shot could be let loose.
Assist on that last goal, number 26, Carolina.
But not able to get there quickly enough. So Kronka scores for the sophomore forward, Marisol Kronka, the 8th goal of the season ties her with Nicole Hawley for the most on the team this year. Carolina Branas Soria picks up the assist, and that's her 4th assist of the season. That is the 2nd most on the Wolves roster so far this year. So a good offensive start for Cardinal Stritch. Last year in a win against St. Francis, they were held to one goal total. Saints will hope to do that again today, but they'll have to shut them out for the final 36.5 minutes of the first half, plus 45 minutes of the second half as they try to get their offense on the move. That ball tipped out of bounds by Cardinal Stritch. St. Francis gets the throw in along the far sideline. It's off the head of Olivia De La Rosa. Tries to push it forward for St. Francis, but intercepted by the Cardinal Stritch defensive line. There's Carolina Branas working it ahead and to the right, looking for Hawley. She's got her. That's Caitlin Hawley. Caitlin Hawley, I should say, the younger of the 2 Hawley sisters, the sophomore, Nicole Hawley, a senior attacker for Cardinal Stritch. She's the one I mentioned a moment ago, does have 8 goals this season, which is tied with Kronka for the most on the team. Along the back line, Abby Mansker. Mansker works her way around Kelly Petrowski and passes it ahead for Nicole Hawley. Hawley in the middle of the field, taps it forward. And out of the outside, it's Caitlin Hawley. Hawley working against Haley Wenberg, passes towards the middle, and it's intercepted by Kelly Petrowski. 1-0, Cardinal Stritch has the lead. We're 9.5 minutes into the action here as St. Francis tries to tie up the game in short order. Stopped on the defensive side by Cardinal Stritch. This is Olympia Garcia. Olympia Garcia rolls the ball into the middle of the field and across midfield. Worked ahead for Kronka once again, but this time a little bit too hard hit for the sophomore forward to catch up with it, and it rolls harmlessly into the box and into the waiting hands of Yadira Estrada, the goalkeeper, who punts it away to midfield. Here's Alejandra Alonso receiving the feed from Kelly Petrowski. Alonso along the sideline, passes back to Petrowski into the middle of the field, Casey Harris. Harris off to Alonso, but intercepted, knocked towards the sideline, but saved from going out of bounds by Uyaner. And Uyaner keeps it alive for Cardinal Stritch defensively. They take possession. That's Abby Mansker. Passing it back to Garcia. Mansker once again. Rolls ahead towards the sideline. Caitlin Hawley. Hawley passes it past Haley Wenberg and off to the waiting foot of Nicole Hawley. But it's intercepted by St. Francis. Here's Kelly Petrowski for the Saints. Petrowski works it to the outside, and Alejandra Alonso. Alonso down into the corner, looking for some help on the cross, but Caitlin Hawley gets there before she can do so. Hawley intercepts that ball and takes it down the sideline, going the other way. Quick interception by St. Francis. It was Olivia Hollander who took it away for the Saints, and now working it back ahead to Alonso. Alonso looking for Kelly Petrowski, overshot her. Her pass taken away by Cardinal Stritch. 34 minutes to play first half, 1-0. The Wolves have the lead on a goal from Marisol Kronka just a few minutes ago. Knocked down the side of the field by Cardinal Stritch. This is Nagel. And Nagel passes it into no man's land at midfield. The whistle blows. St. Francis will get a kick here. This is Grace McDermott throwing it in from the sideline. The ball had gone beyond the border prior to that previous pass. St. Francis down the sideline and now knocked back towards the middle of the field, back on the defensive end. This is Yadira Estrada stepping out of the box. The goalkeeper boots it down the middle of the field. Taken back by Cardinal Stritch. They're in possession with the 1-goal lead. Here's Mansker. Mansker looking for the sideline. She finds Caitlin Hawley, who may have had that ball hit off her foot. That is the call. So the whistle blows, and the Saints put it back in play very quickly. Haley Wenberg with the free kick, working it down the field towards Casey Harris. Taken back very quickly by Cardinal Stritch. Stritch in possession. That's Jacqueline Wilhelm working it off to the far sideline. Down the field on the attack, Jenny Nagel gets it off to Nicole Hawley, right back to Nagel. And right back into the defensive foot of Grace McDermott. McDermott steps in front and knocks it away from Nagel out of bounds. Good defensive play by McDermott there, but still Cardinal Stritch possession on the throw-in. Chipped into the box, knocked away for the moment by Haley Wenberg. Still in the control of Caitlin Hawley as Hawley spins, kicks, and right into the waiting hands of Yadira Estrada. Nice save by Estrada. Good defensive play by Haley Wenberg. Wenberg knocked Hawley off that ball very briefly, Hawley got right back on it, but had lost her momentum going forward, wasn't able to get as much on that shot as she wanted to, and as a result, Estrada was able to make the play on it. And now again, the Saints stepping up defensively. Kiki Estrada knocks it away from Nicole Hawley, and a whistle blows against Nicole Hawley. That foul gives St. Francis the free kick from the back line. Kiki Estrada gives it the big kick. Off the foot of Kelly Petrowski. Petrowski back to Alonso, and Alonso heads it towards Casey Estrada, but intercepted there by Cardinal Stritch. Alonso's pass towards Harris was a little bit behind her. Not exactly where she wanted it to be. St. Francis working to get the ball back on the defensive end. That's Madison Hanyon tipping it over to midfield along the far sideline. Battle for the ball, and Cardinal Stritch works for it and wins it. Here's Abby Mansker. Mansker ahead to midfield, and Carolina Branas. Branas passes behind her. Coming back from the far end is Olympia Garcia. Garcia ahead to Kronka. Kronka does a nice job making a couple of defenders miss. Rolled ahead for Nicole Hawley. Hawley kicks it towards the middle of the field, centers it, and takes the shot, but it goes wide to the left and out of bounds for a St. Francis goal kick. Excellent run there from Marisol Kronka, and she set up her teammate Nicole Hawley expertly. Hawley took a pretty good shot there. Got a nice look at the net, but not able to finish it off. She went wide to the left. We're under 31 minutes to play in today's first half. Cardinal Stritch has the 1-goal lead, but St. Francis has the goal kick, knocking it back towards midfield. Cardinal Stritch reclaims possession. Here's Caitlin Hawley. Hawley tips it towards the middle, passes it off in that direction, and now down the field towards the box. Onside, Nicole Hawley making a run for it, but Yadira Estrada slides in front of her and takes that ball right off of Nicole Hawley's foot. Good move by the freshman Estrada to stop that attack. And she punts it across midfield, but immediately knocked back by the Wolves. Here's Kronka, off to her left. Back to the center of the field, that's Branas. Over to the far sideline, hooking up with Jenny Nagel. Nagel pushes it back to the defense. This is Abby Mansker, and Mansker finds Olympia Garcia. Tapped ahead to Branas. Branas looking back to Garcia across the midfield line on the defensive end. They're in the defending third of the field now. This is Sabia Uyaner. Uyaner off to the far side and pushed back to the defense, but we've got a flag up. St. Francis is going to get the free kick from the backside. 1-0. Marisol Kronka scored in the 9th minute of today's action. Got a good feed from Carolina Branas Soria. And ever since then, Cardinal Stritch has kept the attack on. St. Francis has not been able to get one to the goal yet. We'll try to change that right here on this possession. From the defensive side is where they begin it, as they get the free kick from the far sideline, just inside that line. Set up by Grace McDermott to give a big kick downfield. She does just that, but it's immediately intercepted. Taken back by Cardinal Stritch, and this is Marisol Kronka along the middle of the pitch. She kicks it to the outside on the right side. Caitlin Hawley. Hawley working her way forward, taps it back towards the middle, and now against a pair of defenders, Alejandra Alonso trying to force that ball away from her. She does. Back to Abby Mansker, and out to the right side, Hawley again, down into the corner. Hawley going against Alonso, has the cross, kicked away by Kiki Estrada. Good defensive stand there by Estrada. Can the Saints clear it? Looks like they can. That's Madison Hanyon getting it completely out of harm's way, knocking it down the field and along the sideline, looking for Olivia De La Rosa. A little bit too strong for De La Rosa. She's not able to catch up with it. Out of bounds for Cardinal Stritch, and the Wolves start to make their way forward, but lose the ball right back out of bounds to the Fighting Saints. Clock approaching 28 minutes to play in the first half. 1-0. Cardinal Stritch has the lead. They've got possession of the ball right now on the defensive side of the field. Olivia De La Rosa trying to force it away from Cardinal Stritch, but instead on the defensive side, they just knock it back to the goalkeeper and get Marina Johnstone involved for the first time today. Johnstone looking to reverse field to the right side, back to the center. There's a kick down the center and off the foot of the intended target, Nicole Hawley. Kiki Estrada chases it down instead. Hawley still trying to apply the pressure on Estrada. St. Francis defender did not lose it initially, but once she got rid of the ball, kicked a little bit too freely towards the sideline and out of bounds. So Cardinal Stritch is in possession again now. Kronka off to the right side. This is Caitlin Hawley, right back to Carolina Branas. Here's Nicole Hawley. She kicks it right into the waiting foot of Madison Hanyon. An easy interception for Hanyon. Olivia De La Rosa loses possession. Taken back by Cardinal Stritch, middle of the field. This is Branas. Carolina Branas, Soria. Taps it ahead for Nicole Hawley. Hawley's first touch is deflected by Hanyon. Taken right back by Cardinal Stritch. Hawley chases it down into the corner. Can't keep it in bounds. Out along the sideline. That'll be a St. Francis throw-in. Haley Wenberg tosses it into the direction of Olivia Hollander, deflected back the other way by Cardinal Stritch, and now she battles with Nicole Hawley. Hawley initially wins that battle off of Alejandra Alonso's chest and out of bounds. Cardinal Stritch throws it in. They're in the attacking third of the field, and they remain on the move here as Olympia Garcia sends it to the middle. Good defense there. Knocked back to the right side, Caitlin Hawley, and Hawley can't control it cleanly. Off of her right foot and out of bounds. St. Francis gets the throw in, but can they clear it out of harm's way on this throw? Tossed in by Haley Wenberg along the sideline. Casey Harris touches it once off the hands of Olympia Garcia. So Harris deflects it off of Garcia, who's called for the handball, and now another free kick for St. Francis with under 26 minutes to play in the first half. Kiki Estrada gives the kick towards the middle of the field. It skies past a couple of defenders and now finds Olivia De La Rosa on the far sideline. De La Rosa working against Brunction. Brunction is able to take it over for Cardinal Stritch. They reverse field. Olympia Garcia once again. Garcia rolls it off towards Marisol Kronka, deflected away by St. Francis, off the head of Alejandra Alonso and out of bounds. Along the near sideline, a throw in here for the Wolves. Goes into Branas, poked away from her by Kelly Petrowski, but back out of bounds. Knocked off of Cardinal Stritch. St. Francis gets the throw, and they're in the attacking zone now. Haley Wenberg twists her body and throws it off to Casey Harris. Harris right back to Wenberg. Now Alonso trying to get it into the box. Nothing doing. Wenberg instead gets it back from the defensive side. She's playing in the offensive zone right now as Cardinal Stritch clears that one. Right back from Kiki Estrada to Haley Wenberg. And now from the midfield, it's Alejandra Alonso getting the pass from Olivia Hollander. Alonso rolls it into the box looking for Olivia De La Rosa, knocked away. Kicked off of De La Rosa's foot by Danielle Bruction, but Bruction had no choice other than to send it straight out of bounds along the back line. It's a corner kick for St. Francis. First chance from the corner today. We'll see if they're able to turn this into a score, trailing 1-0, nearing the halfway point of the first half. Here's the kick on the corner, goes to the back post. Kelly Petrowski, the first one to touch it. Ball loose in front of the net, and falling on top of that is the goalkeeper, Marina Johnstone. So Johnstone makes a play, sophomore out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Nicollet High School. Getting just her third start this year in her team's 10th game. There's a big jumble of players right in front of her there. Kelly Petrowski was the first one to touch it off the corner kick. And Petrowski was able to push it towards the middle of the field, close to the net. But Johnstone fell on top of it before a rebound could be secured by any St. Francis offensive player. So Cardinal Stritch gets it away, going the other direction now, from left to right. Good tackle by Grace McDermott, taking the ball back for St. Francis, but they lose it on the back end. Defensively, Cardinal Stritch takes it over. This is Abby Mansker. Mansker rolls it to the near sideline. Olympia Garcia cuts it back inside the football numbers. Garcia rolls it to the middle of the field. Nearly picked off there by Olivia Hollander, taken back by Cardinal Stritch. Branas off to her left. And on the left side of the field, that's Jacqueline Wilhelm rolling it towards the sideline. Now into the box, looking for Nicole Hawley, cleared by Kiki Estrada. On the back side, Cardinal Stritch making another attack. Ball loose just in front of the box. Nicole Hawley against 3 defenders. Passes it back for Kronka. Now on the far side, Jenny Nagel. Nagel takes a shot from an awkward angle and is picked up on the bounce by Yadira Estrada. Nagel on the far left side of the box decided to fire one in towards the goal, and Estrada was able to scoop it up on a bounce. Back to the other side of the field. On the defensive end for Cardinal Stritch, they're able to take possession. Under 22.5 minutes to play in the first half. 1-0. Cardinal Stritch has the lead on the early goal. It's been St. Francis holding the ball with a little bit more possession time these last several minutes of the game. Haven't been able to turn that into too many good shots, but we'll see if they change that going forward. Marisol again by Cardinal. Now on the right. Hollander roll.